Warm greetings from the High 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Wednesday, Hump Day, April 22nd, 2020. Hope you all are safe out there. I'd like to bring you some information from CNN. It is pertaining to the infamous pastor down in Louisiana. He is defying orders and being disruptive. And I don't know what his problem is, but he's on one, as they say in the street. There's also a said video in this commentary if you'd like to log on to check out the article and said video, CNN News. A Louisiana pastor who defied state orders and repeatedly held large church services during the coronavirus pandemic has been charged again, this time for allegedly assaulting a protester outside his church. Tony Spell, pastor of the Life Tabernacle Church in Baton Rouge, was taken into police custody Tuesday, according to the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office. A day earlier, the Central Police Department had issued a warrant for his arrest, accusing him of aggravated assault. Records from the Sheriff's Office indicate that Spell was released on bond of $5,000. The arrest warrant was based on video evidence of an incident that occurred Sunday, Central Police Chief Roger Corcoran said. A witness told police that the bus stopped short of a protester. Police records obtained by CNN affiliate WBRZ indicate that Spell was driving a church bus that day and backed it up on the shoulder of a road in the direction of a protester demonstrating in front of the church. A witness told officers that he saw the bus continue to back up for no apparent reason and that it eventually slammed its brakes about 5 feet away from the protester, according to the arrest warrant. Surveillance video was consistent with what the witness saw and appeared to suggest that Spell was driving the bus, the warrant stated. No one was injured in the incident. Spell was released later in the day. He told a cheering crowd of his parishioners that he's not guilty of the charges and will hold church services Tuesday night. I am not guilty of any charges that I have been accused of, Spell said. I'm not guilty of assault with a deadly weapon. I am not guilty of defying any orders. The only thing I'm guilty of is practicing my faith, which was given to me by Jesus Christ himself. I will see you in church tonight at 7:30, he said. CNN has reached out to Life Tabernacle Church in an effort to reach Spell, but calls have not been returned. Spell asked to donate their stimulus checks. Spell is no stranger to headlines. Recently, he launched what he called the hashtag Pastor Spell Stimulus Challenge, asking Americans to donate their government stimulus checks to evangelists, missionaries, and music ministers who he said have not received offerings in over a month. When CNN's Victor Blackwell asked Spell why he was asking vulnerable people to hand over their $1,200 stimulus checks, the pastor said it was because some evangelists and missionaries don't receive stimulus money. We are challenging you, if you can, give your stimulus package to evangelists and missionaries who do not get the stimulus package, he told CNN on Sunday. In recent weeks, Spell had repeatedly held large religious services at his Life Tabernacle Church. Last month, police in Baton Rouge issued him a misdemeanor summons for 6 counts of violating CDC recommendations and the governor's executive order barring large gatherings to stop the spread of the virus. Spell told CNN that at the time that he was not breaking any laws. If they close every door in this city, then I will close my doors, Spell said last month. But you can't say the retailers are essential, but the church is not. That is a persecution of the faith. Spell has also told CNN he believes in the pandemic is politically motivated and has said the rules are a government overreach. Verification for the storyline is CNN. Lord have mercy. Where does the Queen begin? First of all, let me say this. People have got to stop using church and God, Jesus, whatever your faith is, as a crutch to defy common sense and the law. You may not agree with staying in your home, going out patronizing what few stores that are open, but common sense should tell you that there are people dying, there are people sick, there are more people becoming sick, so that don't have nothing to do with Jesus, okay? No one is telling people to stop believing in God, Allah, whomever you worship and believe in, but the point is, there is a reason for people, order being in place for the states of the union is because of the virus. A virus that is vengeful, vindictive, invisible to the eye. And people are still becoming sick. States in the union that were not heavily affected are now having a rise in positive cases, such as South Dakota, if I'm not mistaken. So you see, what does it take for you to understand that people are still being sick and people are still dying of this virus? And I also would like to say to those of you who want to continue to protest in the street, to churches, the capitals, why are you risking your own health to give your opinion? You see, some of you all are just as defiant as this virus. You don't have no will, you don't have no strength, you don't have no damn common sense to know when to fold and sit back and just be still and be quiet. Why do you want to go out here amongst people raising hell to say, I'm ready to go to work, I'm ready to go to the bar, I'm ready to go play golf, I'm ready, whatever it is you're trying to do? You think other people don't want to get out and mingle, fraternize, and get back to the daily grind of living? But you seem to forget that there is a virus, and you want to go out and protest. You see, all these people to me are ignorant. The protester going to his church, you're ignorant, because you should be at home minding your business. He's ignorant to be out trying to run the person over or pretend to run them over or whatsoever, because you should be better than that, and you're allegedly supposed to be a man of God. So why are you initiating trouble? You see people standing outside your church, you should ignore them. And you shouldn't be holding church, because as we speak, there's a big outbreak taking place in Albany, Georgia, from people patronizing 2 funerals there. So it's real, this virus. And all you people doing is tit for tat behavior. As I state, running in the streets, protesting. That makes no sense. To be out in open, protesting. Let it go. Is it really your business? The church wants to be open. You want to make a spectacle of yourself to prove your point that, hey, he's wrong, she's wrong. Why? And who are you to prove a point? You people need to know when to stay in your lane. This virus is deadly. It's taking names, and it don't give a damn. And going out protesting, which is your right to protest, but you're really using that as an excuse that your civil rights are being violated. Because you seem to forget that there are people dying who have came in contact with someone who was infected, and now they are sick and or they have perished. And that's the real deal. Some of you may not know that there are new symptoms pertaining to this coronavirus. Wait, before I get to that, the issue, too much I can't even think. The issue with donating your stimulus check. You do what you want with your stimulus money. As I stated in the video yesterday, many people will probably take their money and blow it and do frivolous things with it and be in need of personal items come the next month. To each its own. But with the way the world is today, stateside, the average American has to hold a job in order to live. I would assume that most people who play the tambourine or the drum or the choir director at church, he or she has a full-time job, or they are retired and draw Social Security and or disability. Quit playing. There's no way they're just shaking that tambourine and directing choir and don't have a full-time job, because most people have to have a job in order to live. They're patronizing the church with their services, usually on the weekend, which is Sunday. Do you understand what I'm saying? Common sense should tell you they've got to do something those other 6 days of the week in order to eat. They're not living off that pay from the church, being a music director, choir director. You see where I'm going. As far as the missionaries, one will ask themselves, well, what are they doing to eat when they come back from their mission trip? Where do they sleep? And that's not to be contrite or mean, but you understand what I'm saying. That these people were living, had a livelihood before Corona. So how were they living before Corona? And you should know, Pastor Spell, most people are barely living, especially down there in your part of Louisiana. And you know damn well them folks are not about to donate their money to anybody other than themselves. Because most people are barely making it, and they have rent and utilities to pay themselves. And I'm not knocking anybody that works for the church, but if people are tithing properly, you should still be able to pay the people who work for the church a salary. Did y'all hear that? So, Mr. Spell, while you're out there making a fool of yourself and defying orders to get people more sick and die, why don't you tell your parishioners to make sure they put some extra money in the pot through an envelope or via a site to donate, direct deposit? Yeah, ding. And your church members who play the tambourine, choir director, whichsoever, can get a monthly pay as they were doing before COVID-19. I'm just saying. If church members are tithing as they were before COVID-19, anyone who got a salary at the church should still be able to get a pay. Maybe not the same pay, but a payment nonetheless. There are new symptoms of coronavirus which affects the feet. And one of the signs is blistering of the toes. So for those of you out there, please pay attention to your hygiene and your feet, because now that is a new symptom showing blistering of the feet. It has also been stated that the kidneys is a major organ that is affected by the coronavirus. And they have not decided why, if it's from blood clots and or the lungs not getting enough oxygen. And this is by Newsweek. One of the articles was a Newsweek article, and another one I can't think at the moment because I always like to bring you all a source, but you can Google it. There are new symptoms of coronavirus, blistering of the feet, the toes, and this virus also affects the kidneys. So besides you going in there not being able to breathe, then going on the ventilator, there is a serious chance of you also having your kidneys shut down. And we all know that in many cases when people get sick, a lot of vital organs work in unison. One goes down, then another one goes down. And in a lot of cases when people become deathly ill, especially with like food poisoning, things like that, their kidneys shut down. And now we see this virus has decided to also affect one's kidneys, and also has been linked to also cause blood clots, and they travel from the legs up to the heart. So just know these things. And this is why I'm trying to say to you all, this is a serious situation out here with this virus. And I don't know what's going to happen May 1st, April 30th. But without wide state testing, without people knowing their status, without people still taking heed to wear a mask and gloves out in public, or washing their hands thoroughly coming back in or being outside, we will still have this virus rampant. And who's to say it doesn't jump off? There's to a second wind of it. And there's also been talk of a mutation. And I had also mentioned that weeks ago that I feared this disease would mutate into something far worse than it is. So far, it is spread through respiratory droplets, but now those droplets have been linked in a sneeze to 23 feet. So we have gone from 6 feet distance to 13 feet to now the sneeze reaches 23 feet. So that means, as I stated before, just walking outside, period. Whether I can see a person in my peripheral or not, has she or he sneezed or coughed, there's a chance, of course. I walked into that coughing sneeze, however long it stays in that said atmosphere, downward, whichsoever. Now I'm affected. I just learned of 2 people who have the virus in my area, community, and they know a lot of people. They have big families. So my fear is that those people will be infected, and all the rest of us who have ever came in contact with any of those said people alongside people in the public, will also be infected. And that's what some people who are defiant and want to raise hell don't seem to understand, is that that heifer don't care who you are, what your name is, what you believe in, what God you praise, how bad you want to go to church, how bad you want to go to work, how bad you want to pay your bills, go to the bar, go watch a football game, basketball game, baseball, soccer, whichsoever. She don't care nothing about that. Some of you need to wake up and wise up and realize that. We all are tired of being inside and not going anywhere and patronizing places. Not having money, resources, whichsoever. But what you also have to ask yourself, is it worth death? Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. Thanks for joining me. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask when you're in public. Dispose of those said items in the appropriate receptacles. And God bless you all. Thanks for joining me. And this is Everyday Shenanigans. Bye-bye.